Hi there, how you doing? Yeah, I'm back on some more Savara. I've done some grinding off camera like I said I would, and some stuff has changed. In fact, quite a lot has changed because I accidentally, I'm just gonna get out of the way. Look, alright, listen to me. Alright, be calm, it's okay. Everything's okay, but I may or may not have accidentally beaten the boss of the run and beaten a run and unlocked hard mode, effectively, off camera accidentally, not realizing that I would in fact beat it and that it was the last fight. Now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at how I've been progressing. So the statue is maxed out at level 21. It looks as though you can dump more points into it, but I don't know what it does. But all of the passives that we get from unlocking every 5th tier, I think, or every so many tiers is, you know, they're all done. Weapon swaps give back stamina, most important feature in the game. More health, extra heal when I start. Second wind, which is another life, and we all start with an extra reroll and an alteration. Alteration lets you reset whatever special thing it is, lightning, devotion, all that kind of stuff, and rerolls are just to refresh the options that they're given to you. Now, we have quite a few new items to take a look-see at. Some that I've already maxed out and finished, like the gold fig leaf that gives me an increase the damage done by my special attacks. I really like this, but I'm not using it because I've already leveled it, and I'm trying to level up each different thing. And we are almost done with when you hit an enemy on the ground, it takes 30% more damage. Really good for when you break a monster or he staggers, or just, you know, knock him over and then boof, do big damage. Good for the big hammer type builds, but, you know, every weapon gets a benefit from it. The souvenir medallion is almost-ish done. It's, yeah, it's just make attempts at the festival. Just, you could go in, technically speaking, I think you could just go in, die, and then do that 5 times in a row really quickly to level this thing up, but I'm not doing that, so I'm just genuinely using it. It's an extra revive, you get 45% of your life back. I'm assuming the max level is 50. You start your attempts with an extra 3 rolls and 3 alterations, which if that goes to 4, that is a lot. And the lucky coin is probably going to be a guaranteed keep. Like, best thing, period. This is the best thing, period, so far. Nothing is beating it. Doing a perfect dodge will charge my special attack by 20%. That is massive. Except I need to do 60 perfect dodges to finish maxing this thing out, and it's just not going to happen. Stam regen by 25% of max stamina. Pretty good. Overall, the badges are okay. Oh yeah, I didn't show you... I'm silly. I didn't show you our actual effects that are in, and I'm going to put these 2 in because I've got the extra space because I can't afford the big stuff just yet. So a lot of these are very basic and very simple. You can take a look at them right here as I roll through. Speaking of roll through, dodge rolls being halved was a very nice grab. When I'm attacked, more damage, because it's kind of nice. I'm trying to not get attacked because, as I'll show you when we start the run, things have gotten a lot harder. Start with some extra ham, start with some money, 2 rolls and 2 alterations. We have a lot of rolls and alterations, and if I get even more, just by leveling up that other badge, yeah, it's going to be nuts. Breaking monsters is more efficient, and while a monster is enraged, we get an increase to our damage and stamina regen, which is kind of tricky because I find that fighting a lot of these monsters when they're enraged gets pretty tough. Now, for the run, I'm actually going to show you a little bit of a different kind of loadout. We've done a look at the longsword, for the lack of a better word. I don't really know what else to call these. They're basically longswords in my mind. Also the 2-handers, we've taken a look at that with things like the Wolf Lord weapon. And we did initially show off some sword and shield, but I need something to pair with the dual weapons, and I'm going to show you some dual blades. And I think the Shadow Path is the one I'm leaning into, purely because the Bloodhound's Fangs final effect that it gets if we have 10 elusiveness, which you get elusive when you hit an enemy, it goes up to 10 stacks, and if you get to 10 stacks, your attacks will trigger replica attacks, which just sounds like 30% extra damage increase to me, which is pretty big compared to everything else. A lot of these other effects are good. I don't think there are any weapons that are like expressly bad, but I'm just looking for stuff that, you know, works for me. And as much as I want to level up and use the Charge Breaker, the problem is that does slashing damage, and the Shadow Path does slashing damage. So I need to pick something different, and so we're going to go with the Pierce damage, or is this slash damage? I think that's slash damage. And your Pierce? Doesn't matter, either way. Either way, different damage type. The Piercing Barrier, when I eventually level this thing up, the counterattack effect will get a 10% boost to how much... I mean, it says increases the effect of counterattack by 50%. If it means the damage as well, that'd be great. If it just means the effect itself, that tells me it's going to be 30% for 7 seconds. I'm still pretty keen to level up the sword and shield down here, though, just so you know. Because that seems kind of good as well, because the stunning effect is really nice. I like it. The fashion is still more or less the same. I was going to change the colors, but I haven't done that. I haven't gotten a new armor set yet. Actually, no, wait, I lie. I think I am literally wearing new armor right now. But I haven't... Okay, so getting new armor is a little bit tougher than just upgrading and getting different weapons. You can see what I have unlocked right here. Everything that's grayed out. I haven't even got like more than one piece so far of the Rhino set because I'm not getting the Rhino horns because I got to break his face and I'm not successfully doing that each run because I need to have a particular smashy damage type. If I wanted to get that, I go in with smashing weapons. I'm assuming smash and smash his face in. There's this thing right here. I don't know what I need to get this off the Puginoko. I think smash still is needed, but I have piercing and slashing, and I would have thought on a mushroom pierce slash works, so we'll just go in and see how we go. And everything else, yeah, we're gradually getting there. If anything, all I need to do is to be able to make these boots. And I could probably go in with the Ocarus set. But I'm right now using the Puginoko set. We get some health back every time we enter a room. We're getting 4 health back. Plus... Well, no, 5, because I'm using the dragon leggings. So, I mentioned this in the last video, I think, that the... dragon pieces act as kind of a Yasakani effect. It's a Neo term. Basically, this gives a +1 to all sets. So I could wear 4 pieces of the Poogie set, and it doesn't matter to have the 5th one. I'm getting the 5th one because this thing is acting as a +1. I could also wear 2 Poogie and 2 of the Savara, and it'd effectively be 3 Savara, 3 Poogie, and you can kind of like weasel it. Or I could wear 1 dragon, 1 of this, 1 of this, 1 of this, and just wear 1 of each piece until we have 5 pieces, and we'd get +2 to each of their set bonuses. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of ways that you can mix and build it. However, it's kind of unfortunate that there is literally, as a result of this, no incentive to wear the full set. Devs, if you guys are listening, maybe give it like another side effect where if you do choose to wear all of the armor, I don't know, like a +10 to all stats or something. Just something, +10% I should say. Something to encourage you to wear all of them, because there's no reason to make the whole set unless you need to make a particular piece to fit a gap. For example, if I could make the boots, I'd do that and probably wear all the wolf set. I've made the leggings because I don't have the legs for the Poogie set yet. Just my 2 cents. There's no reason to wear the full set. At least I don't believe so. If you think there's a reason to wear the full set for the dragon stuff, let me know. But the gear mostly is all about the set bonuses and what passives they give you. There's no leveling up of the armors and whatnot. Let's get started. Now, Prestige. I've beaten the normal run, and as you would expect, there is a difficulty increasing system, so this run is going to be harder than all my other runs you've seen so far. However, I know a little bit more about what I'm doing, so I'm expected to probably get up to the final boss, but I haven't beaten him at Prestige level 5 yet. I've beaten him at Prestige level 2, and then we've bumped from 2 all the way up to trying to do 5 right now, because it's just how it works. It goes in waves, you know, you increase and decrease, and you need to like max out a prestige in order to do it. So the things I've chosen, I'm not making enemies do more damage, have more health, or fatigue slower, because I want to be able to kill the enemies, and right now these bosses be surviving, so I want to kill them quickly. However, punishment, so traps do more damage to me, a lot more damage. A lot more damage, so 238% more damage. It's pretty mean. And we have Avarice, which reduces the number of items offered by the merchant. This actually counts as a 2. I took it so that I wouldn't have to worry about anything else. There's various other nasties in here, but I'm going with these for now. I feel like missing one thing at the vendor and then having traps hit me more is okay. I can live with this. Now, we're using the dual blades. Dual blades stab much. In addition to stabbing much, they drain a lot of stamina. Now, I did have a particular build in mind that I wanted to try and show off today. Now, I have 6 rerolls and 7 alterations because of our loadout. So what this is going to do for us is allow us to manipulate the beginning of our run in the best way possible to try and make sure we get stuff that we want to get. So the first thing I want is bleeding on my basic attack. Because my knives are going to do a ton of bleed buildup because of how fast they attack. You can imagine, you know, I swap in and I start stabbing, and he's got 17 stacks of bleed already. He's pretty hurt. The hard part about this initially is going to be stamina management, but we'll find ways to deal with that as we progress. The other thing I need is devotion. I'm not going to... No, not devotion, aftershock. Devotion's a different build. I'm getting my builds mixed up because I've been messing with different combinations for a little bit, trying to figure out what I do and don't like. But if I'm going to show you some dual wield, which I'm not sure what my favorite weapons are so far, I really like the shield and sword for its defensives. I think this will always be on my build, but it's not really going to be the spotlight. It's just there to help others. Now, I could get more bleed, but I want to get some aftershock and start alternating between bleed and aftershock. These are the two that we want. The sword and shield also applies bleed more stacks per hit, which is really nice for us. It makes it so that even though the sword and shield is a slightly slower weapon, it's not like you don't get punished for it. Aftershock. Heavies, weapon swaps. This is what we want. So the two easiest ways for me to apply status effects is by weapon swapping and doing basic attacks. So with these two things currently clicked in, doing aftershock and bleed, aftershock leaves a debuff on the enemy, and after a little bit... Let me try and... there we go. Oh, let me come around here. I want him to try and... I was gonna say... I just want him to try and charge at me. Special attack. If I could have tried to swap into sword and shield mode, that would have saved me from getting that. Similar to Monster Hunter, like the rules for Monster Hunter are so expressed in this game, it's ridiculous. When an enemy goes to try and roar when they enrage, if you have a way of iframing through it, you can just skip the roar hitting you and continue to hit the enemy. I choose to try and swap into the shield and block the effect so that I can keep attacking. Works for me. Now, he's bleeding, and after... Oh, he died from that. Okay, I was going to say, we're trying to show off what we can do here, but ignore me. Bleeding and aftershock. So he's got a bit of bleed on him, and he's got aftershock. When that aftershock runs out, he's going to take a tick of damage. The bleed is also going to hurt them quite substantially. The goal is to get swaps on enemies, lots of aftershock, lots of bleed. And they will kind of explode afterwards from all of the damage coming out on them. Sir, can you come over here? I don't want to mess around near those traps. Traps are scary to me now. Without any prestige, traps don't really mean anything. As soon as you start prestiging, traps turn into the worst thing ever. After a weapon swap, if you hit at least one opponent, apply 10 bleed to all enemies that already have it is okay, but I don't care terribly about it. Your combo attacks increase the damage from your next weapon swap. That's pretty good. It feeds into itself. But I'm going to actually re-roll because I'm hunting. Here we go. I'm hunting for bigger duration on bleed. Having stuff like spread bleed to more bleeding guys is okay, but if everyone's bleed stacks wear off immediately, it's kind of difficult to do stuff like that. There's not as much point to it. I tried to roll into that, if you saw. There we go. No. Sorry, lad. For whatever reason, I just did my counter. Hang on, we'll do a shield toss instead. The shield toss on this weapon is insanely good, by the way. If I manage to get a really good upgrade that affects shield toss, I'll do it. But I'm also thinking about judgment. I'm thinking in future builds and future runs, keep the shield and sword and we focus on like a heavy build with maybe like the two-handed weapon and a shield. And we do that. Movement speed and then all the basic stuff. We have 400 points. I'm going to do a reroll here and get something else because there's so much we can do. Heavy attacks increase the duration of your bleed until the end of the room, stack 6 times. Until the end of the room. So as long as we hit him with like 6 hits of a heavy, we get 6 extra seconds of bleed, which is okay, but I'm hoping that we can kind of... There we go. Aftershock does damage, we charge our special attacks. I want to get to the point where our special attacks inflict either... Because we can make it so that our special attacks inflict a percentage of the damage as bleed, so we can stack up bleed very quickly, instead of having to rely on pure stam dumping our dagger into it, as we normally do. Crack. They're so beefy, by the way. I don't know if you saw back at the start of the run, but enemies are genuinely just a bit beefier and hit harder in general, thanks to the prestige system. So don't let this be like scaring you off from thinking that the game is a lot harder than it actually is. Default, the game is very difficult, like it's got a learning curve to it, especially if you're not used to it, but prestiges does start to ramp things up a little bit. I've seen people having a hard time with the stamina management aspect of the game. My advice, if you're having a hard time with stamina, swap constantly. Like, if stamina is an issue, just as soon as it's ready, just hit the trigger. Just keep swapping your weapon back and forth. Don't try and do big long combos and dump all of your stamina. You like swap into a weapon, hit like once or twice, and then swap again. Especially if you're using the slower weapons, like the big two-handed one. Maybe do like 1 charge attack or 1 swing or 2 swings and then swap. Don't linger on it. While at least 1 enemy is affected by bleeding, increased damage from our attacks. It ramps up 1% per second and resets if the bleeds fall off. This is why I wanted bleed duration first, so that we can start worrying about compounding bleed duration with damage stacking. I did not break that thing for money. I'm an idiot. I'm too busy talking, thinking, and walking. I'm not looking. Typical Beelz moment. Take that. Give me the extra stamina. We have shells or hat tatters. I'm gonna go for hat tatters. I think I need more of these than shells. Maybe? I need shells still, I think. I don't remember. But I think we need hat tatters as well.
Easy.
Smash that little guy. Just do 1 smack to get +3 bleed. And we swap over and he's dead. Look at that. Easy peasy. I'm gonna take the big bug again because I know I need his horns, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to smash his horns off with my weapon. But we'll just see how we go. He always scares the shit out of me at the very beginning of our fights, because he's like unpredictable in a way, especially when he does shit like this. I hate that attack. It always catches me. I always think he's doing something else. No, no. He's doing this. Get out of the way of that. He get the bell! Knocked himself out! I bet you guys didn't even know about the bell, did you? Oh yeah, the boss arenas have stuff in them that you can use to interact. It's very, very good. Wow. Parry that. I really... Wow, should not be fighting. My damage buff just fell off because the bleed fell off. I'm bad. It's okay though.
You'll be sorry.
Oh, I tried to hit my R2. I didn't have my parry. There we go. Start ramping that up. And get my stamina back a little bit. Die. There we go. Not the cleanest fight ever, but, you know, an alright fight. It's hard to make him hit those gongs, by the way. Like, it doesn't seem super difficult, but in a lot of the fights I've done with him, he ends up in spots where I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting more time trying to lure him to it, and it's like, oh, I'll just fight him in the corner. Like what happened just there. I'll just fight him here, forget it. Now, we still want to chase Aftershock and Bleed. If I can get a little bit of Lightning in the build, though, I'm not opposed to that. Lightning is pretty good for this build, as you might imagine. The Daggers can proc lightning very quickly. I gotta be careful because as we go through the run, the traps in particular become a bit more lethal for me. Like right here, I don't like where I'm standing. There we go. I'm gonna do a very bad job of looking for the pots to break, by the way, and so I mean, I would apologize up front, but that would imply that I care, and I don't. That would imply that I feel bad. And if you think I feel bad about missing the pots, you don't know me.
Ooh, nice.
There we go. Let's get a little stand back and do a little swap-a-roo over here. Nice, dude. Die. I want pelts, although the thick fur is a rarer resource by the looks of it. Swap into my sword and shield. I've tried to get used to swapping into sword and shield at the start because swapping into my dagger is how I'm going to start my DPS. Oh, that was close. I always get kicked when I normally fight this guy, so I'm trying my best to not fall for it, so to speak. I wonder if the shield toss does more damage to this guy. Looks like it. There we go. Note to self, we're gonna try and get bleed on the shield toss, maybe? I could even put lightning on the shield toss, maybe, or judgment. What do we want to put on the shield toss? What could we do? What could we do? I've got options. I mean, I could always alternate. Judgment feels pretty strong on shield toss if I decide to do that. If I don't get a heavy judgment, maybe I might re-roll it and try and get bleed on shield toss. I'm standing a little close to a problem right there. Nah, that's failing right there. There we go. Big damage. Are you staggered? Don't worry about it. Shield toss. The shield toss does tons of damage. Like, look, dude, it just staggered him in one go. I'm trying to not rely too much on it because I've got ideas for a build in the future where I focus almost exclusively on, like, Captain America-styled shield throwing.
Let's keep going.
But it's hard to ignore. Ah, there we go. Heavy causes judgment. Maybe I shouldn't do heavy judgment, though. I should have something else on my shield instead of judgment. Like, I could do bleed, I could do lightning, I could do so much more. I'm gonna alternate it. Let's get something else. Your heavies give you armor equal to 4% of the damage they do. It's not bad. I could do that, to be honest. Go an armor route on it. I might do that instead. I'm at a point now where the runs are, like, threatening to me, so having a little bit of insurance isn't bad. I kind of like it. There we go. Die. Sorry if I go quiet at any point. There are some enemies where it's like, ooh, he could like kill me in 2 hits. And I want to be like careful. Like right there where Mr. Wolf decided he was going to come at me pretty quickly. I've gotten used to a lot of their movesets. To a degree. But it doesn't mean that they're like easy movesets to deal with still, you know? And I'm realizing that because I chose not to go in with copious amounts of lightning damage, I don't have a lot of stamina management stuff in my build that I normally would have. Movement speed, increase the damage done by your weapon swaps. Oh. Let me roll that down. There we go. Every 5 seconds, enemies with bleeding will summon a blood orb. Walking on a blood orb increases bleeding done by 75% until the end of the room. This is very, very, very important for us. This will make longer boss rooms and just harder fights in general actually goddamn manageable. I tried to roll past him. Right here. Grab that. Bleed damage does more. Grab that. Ah, he stuffed me in it. There we go. Knock it back on him. Getting the little bit of extra healing from finishing rooms is so nice, by the way. Just having little passive heals. I can get hit a little bit, and then as long as I you know, clean up my act. Special attacks apply 5% of the damage done is bleeding. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Just more ways to get my bleed on. We'll take a bit of stamina too. I need more stam. I'm not taking stam rooms, so we need more. I could take another armor room, and if it's nothing I want, we re-roll it. This is what having re-rolls and alterations is really good for. I've been lucky that I haven't needed to use a lot of my re-rolls so far.
I didn't see that coming.
Ow. Was trying to be very greedy right there. Bit of healing. Break this thing before it gets a chance to do fucking anything. Those traps there are scaring the hell out of me. Are you gonna die from that shock and bleed? Thank you. You're bleeding, but you're not dead yet. Can you die? Thank you very much. As long as you have armor, reduce damage you take by 10%. Increase your armor gains by 50. These are both pretty good. Give me that armor gains, though. I might lean a little bit more into the armor stuff if I get the chance. There's some good ones here. Look at that. That's not bad. Considering that I'm dealing with the fact that I'm not going after this prick. Die, by the way. Oh, that's it. You pooped out already? Look at that, dude. It's disgusting. I want to do a devotion build, I think, with this. May as well take the good resource here. I didn't swap to shield. I'm a goob.
Come to mama.
Gotta be careful. These guys aren't gonna wait for me. Pick up the blood orb so I get more healing damage. Pick up the blood orb, get more blood damage. Pick up the blood orb, get more bleed damage. I was gonna, yep. All this extra damage, dude. Look at him, he's pissed. Look at all that bleed damage. Look, oh, he's ticking for hundreds, dude. Hundreds. Every single time I pick up one of those orbs, 75%. It stacks, right? Does it stack? Hang on, which one are you? Walking on a blood orb increases damage for 70% in the room. Is it a one-time deal or a two-time deal? I'm not sure. I think I need to fight the Poltrigon Rex some more. Not the wolf. Need to fight Chicken Mans. Ah, I spun into it. I should have waited. trying to steer myself so I don't accidentally go into the wrong thing. That attack is actually pretty good for me when it comes to whoop. There we go. That attack is pretty good for me. I need to hit this tail a lot more. Holy shit! I didn't think it was the tail attack. Holy shit! I gotta be careful now. I'm trying to take it now. There we go, there we go, there we go. Whoa, there we go. Top me up. He missed. Nah, I tried to iframe through it. I saw his health was getting low. About to step on that trap. I'm not gonna break his tail at this point. I can't. I think it might be a smash thing. Because I'm chasing his tail down. I'm hitting the tail. It's doing regular damage, but it's not doing the big damage, I don't think. Whoa. Scary. See how the shield and sword is just so useful, man? Oh, he's dead, and I was going to throw the shield at him. Nah, we're not breaking it. I need to come back with a mace, maybe, like one of the two-handers, and start, like, all the... Or just a smashy type of weapon, but I kind of want to use the big mace, and then when he's pecking around in a circle, I'll run up behind him, do a full charged heavy attack, and try and smash the tail with a sword. Lop it off in one go kind of deal, you know? Now, we'd have to stop and pop a heal in the middle of that, but luckily, not only do we get our health back, but we also get a top-up on our healing supply, so we're actually, like, fine. We had some bad mistakes in there, but... Who cares, dude? Who cares? It all comes up Millhouse in the end. Now, I gotta be careful. These dragons are annoying. Nope, he's not gonna let me. Nope, they're not gonna let me. They're now facing each other. Breathing fire towards one another. There we go. While that guy's down, I'm actually going to bully this one over here. Look at that, dude. Chunk him. Carve him down. Finally, some aftershock. I've been missing the aftershock. We've got a lot of bleed now. I need to go more into aftershock. No, please don't. I hate these rooms, dude. This big red dragon, by the way. Oh, for this reason, one of the most annoying sons of bitches in the entire game. Please don't hit me with that. Die, 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 die.
Reward time.
That attack right there. The dragon will, like, look at you and take a few steps just walking towards you. You think he's just moving. He's not. He's actually sizing you up to dive at you. He's mean. Reduce the stamina cost of our attacks. Very good. Your heavy attacks increase the damage done by your next 3 combo attacks. Not too much for my daggers, but, you know, it's nice. Poise is good. I'm rolling this, though. There's other stuff I need. When you use a special attack, increase aftershock damage by 25% until the end of the room. Stacks up 4 times. That's really good for us. 100% more aftershock damage is great. Hit an enemy affected by aftershock, increase its damage by 10, so up to 100. So we have a percent booster and a raw booster. I need all of this. So I'm going to take this one first, and we're going to start using our rolls. Our... Oh, do I care about Radiant Bronze more? I kind of care about Honor more at this point, to be honest. Radiant Bronze is good, but I don't need it right now. I'm sorry, are we at the end? I didn't realize we were at the end. There he is. Look, he's walking. See how he's walking? Cheeky prick. I wanted that blood orb, but they're kind of in bad spots. Did I pick that up? Take that.
Nice.
Do it again. Damage. No. Darn. Darn. Take that. You're weak to that weapon type. That's why I've got my sword and shield, because you get beat up by that. No, we're not at the end. I was gonna say, I saw the boss room thing on the screen for a second there. What looked like it was just the... Let me know that it was the... It was that dragon is a boss type. Let me break this now so I don't forget to get it. Look, oh... Not quite the range I want. Nice, lovely. Look at that, lovely. You may bleed. Look at that. Delicious, dude. Very good, very good. Ah, thank you. Some more aftershock. I did want armor, but fuck it, dude. Let's get some aftershock. Big dragon! Let me get my shield on a little bit. Oh, I tried to go through it. I did the swap trying to go past him. Bad mistake. Let me throw this item and try and get some stocks. Damn, you're half dead already?
Hit it where it hurts.
Damage. There we go. Your combo attacks reduce the duration of aftershock by 3%, but increase the damage by 5 until the end of the room. Gimme! That's a good one. I'm not going to get a chance to get any more aftershock at this rate. We're actually pushing quite far into the run, and I haven't gotten all of my shit yet. Right, this is the other dragon. This is the one that breathes fire and the one that stompies. And the one that tail swipies. We got to do some nom nom, because that hurt like hell. There we go. It was also voted most likely to be compared to a chode in high school. This piece of shit. Look at die. Making me waste a heal like that. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna need those. Although, I'm probably just gonna get two-shot in the final fight, to be honest. Jesus! Oh, these dragons suck, dude. Frame 1, breathing fire across the whole fucking screen. He's doing it again. I was hoping that wouldn't reach me. I'm so glad it did not.
It didn't see that coming.
Get rid of the little one. Such a cheeky shit. Stop. Stop. I get it. I know I'm behind you and in front of you, back and forth, but that's because of the way you're standing. This is just a shitty spot to be standing in. There we
That was a
go.
close one.
Piss, dude. Shop time. Please, I have some money finally. Let me get some stuff. We've got an aftershock and a bleed. Bloodbath. After weapon swap, if you hit a target with at least one bleed. That doesn't help us. I'm gonna spend a re. I should buy some stamina and health up though.
That's solid.
And then re. Adrenaline rush. When you hit an enemy affected by bleeding, increase your movement speed. I'm just gonna buy this. I'm just gonna buy this and I'll buy the Radiant Bronze. I don't care. I need to save at least one re-roll because we're looking for stuff and I need to be able to get it. Let's take this chance to do a bit of nomming. I'm not gonna have a lot of heals going into the fight by the looks of it.
The main attraction.
But them's the breaks, you know? Oh, damn, dude. Damn, dude, it should be a sin to shoot projectiles across screen like that when I can't see what the hell you're doing. I can't tell what the fuck he's doing.
On the ground, big guy.
I know what that is. There we go. Enemies at this difficulty are mean. Oh, he did it right when I tried to squeeze it in. I'm too on top of him. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Get out of the way of the green. What? Big bleed. Big bleed. Big bleed. Good God. Enemies in Aftershock take more damage.
I
Gimme.
feel stronger.
Luckily, it's giving me what I want. I've got stamina. I don't, like... Max health is good to go for, but better than max health be if I get a goddamn bit of food in me. Alright, what's the damage? What am I dealing with in this room?
Nice.
Smash him, dude. Make the bleed do a lot more. Thank you. And we have money room. I haven't smashed. I think I've smashed like one pot so far, right? Like I'm just not. I'm not gonna be doing it, am I? Come here, little friend. I need to borrow you for some armor.
See that coming.
It's not a lot. Like in the beginning of the game when you're first starting out, like 20 armor is a lot. Like it helps. At this point in the game, it's doing like very little. I wanted to get more armor in my build, but some is better than nothing. We can work on this. All right, I didn't get what I wanted to get. All right, so let me show you, because I can do this. Let me show you what I wanted to get. I've had it before and I wanted to replicate it. So if we do bleeding and aftershock build, we have duo boons. So aftershock and bleeding can get a duo that makes it so that their effects stack their damage 20% faster. So they kind of feed into each other, which is very, very potent. I got a lot of bleed, I got a lot of aftershock, but I think because I didn't get bleed and aftershock on all three of my main things, so for example, I've got armor in my triangle right there, in my heavy button. Maybe that's doing it to me, I'm not sure. If it's not the reason, we just got unlucky. But we had plenty of rerolls throughout the run and plenty of alterations, we just didn't get it. We still got a pretty strong build put together either way. We got full health, we got one heal, we've got some
The
revives.
final stage.
problem is this guy is like the epitome of an asshole. Whoa. Oh god, no. Oh, I thought he was gonna breathe. He also does the dragon's breath, where he just breathes fire across half the screen. You have to stay close to him.
Right
That's the... I died! What? I dodged! I swear. That's his idea of being vulnerable. Nah, just... Whoa, just run out of there. Didn't work out. Good thing I can dodge out of that. Let me just get some armor stacked up. Oh my god, I tried to roll down. His hitboxes are massive. No. I should have just gone for the parry. Right there. That's where we go for the parry. He's gonna roar. He's upset. Yeah, that's right. We've got mechanics. We have to worry about mechanics. Let me stack up a little bleed action. Iframe through that. My god. If he seems like a wanker, it's 'cause he fucking is. I can't even go near that. Oh, how'd I avoid that? I did not have my shield ready. Wow. Alright, tail swipe. Tried to backstep on me. Oh, shit. Wow. Oh! He waited until now to breathe. Fuck you. Die. 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 That fire breath that he does, it goes like full screen. Like it would have, it reached. I don't know if this scoring here is that breath, but that breath is a massive cone. If you're not near him, you're probably getting hit. The fire, the hitbox on that is enormous. Like, I've tried thinking to myself, because the fire looks like it comes from a few centimeters away from his mouth. And I thought to myself, maybe I could sit near his neck and hit him in the head. Super risky. Super. Just go to his tail. Just hit him in the ribs. Hit him anywhere else. We did it! We beat Prestige 5. I didn't expect to do that. This is my first try on 5. I beat Prestige 2 before, and I bumped up to 5 thinking, yeah, let's try this out. I didn't get the duo boon, but you know what? It worked out. We come through here. Yippee! Now, there is plot-related stuff. If you know anything about Wakfu, or you know anything about Dofus and all that kind of stuff, the plot of this game references a lot of the lore and mythology from that entire universe, that entire franchise. I know damn nothing about the franchise and all that kind of stuff. You're going to get some lore exposition dumped out in the middle of this. Every time we come back here, we talk to big man IOP, and we learn some stuff. Last time I learned that me and the other people, these other 3 who are also doing the challenge alongside me, we're all his kids. He's like Daddy Zeus in a way, I guess is the closest way to describe it. And he has a lot of kids, and we're also his kids, and we're kind of, you know, He doesn't care. We're doing this for his favor, kind of thing. Well, not his favor. We're doing it because he likes to see glory and fight and combat stuff. He's Zeus and Ares mixed into one.
Victory and prestige. Ah, you made my day, kids.
Even though Savara is always lagging behind.
Excuse me?
We all go at our own pace, but now that she's here, I think we'll be able to delve into that whole parent business.
What Karn said is true. You have my blood. But what he doesn't know is that your being here is not happenstance.
Why are you only telling us now?
I can't stand Tim's face. His head, his face, ugh.
You're too
He
attached
bothers
to
me.
superfluous concepts. You are yups. You weren't supposed to grow up spoiled like babies. No. Each fight, each trial, shaped you into powerful fighters.
Aye, that
Only
they did.
the strong deserve the title of warriors. The weak don't belong here.
I'm not sure I completely agree with that statement.
This entire festival has but one purpose. For me to find an heir. The time has come to pass the torch. And it will be one of you. Whoever I choose shall take up the mantle. Entertain the crowd. And believe you me, the crowd loves the show.
Stay here, but for eternal glory.
Exactly. But we'll see about that once you have combat prestige. Till then, fight in my festival. Show me that one of you is worthy enough to take over from me. Even though you'll never be as good as me, obviously.
Neat. Never be as good as him. We did this in a really good time frame too. Normally, I don't know if you guys are familiar with how long the last couple of videos have been on this game, but normally I take a lot longer to do the actual runs. We kind of got in here and did this in a good little bit of speed right now. The only thing that kind of fell off for us was the armor, but otherwise doing an aftershock bleed build with daggers kind of works nicely. Savara is showing its difficulty with the prestige system, but I feel like I'm kind of getting my bearings with the mechanics and the combat and figuring out how I want to build based on certain weapons, so it's kind of evening out in the middle. But with all of that said and done, I've got to get out of here. I hope you guys have enjoyed some Savara, and I will see you all again next time. Have a good one.